My investment account has barely started. My business has been hit by van repairs, tool repairs, and I'm planning to save an additional $6,300 over the next 4 months. Why? Because while I'm supposedly trying to build $500k for the future, I'm also preparing to spend nearly $18k on a 3-week family trip to Thailand. So am I already working against my own goal? Or is this exactly what Road to Freedom is all about? Hi, I'm Matt, and this is Road to Freedom. I'm documenting my real journey to 500k through work, investments, and real life. I'm going to show you all the wins, mistakes, and everything else along the way. This channel isn't just about money, it's about building tomorrow while living today. So, let's get it. The last video I put up was the Spain video, and that explained why I want freedom. I want to show you the practical reality today. What we've saved, what we're investing in, what has gone wrong, and what I'm trying to do next. Although the investment account is very small at the moment, our current cash savings is sitting around $11,500, but that money already has a job. In March, we're taking our family to Thailand for 3 weeks. We're renewing our vows while we're there. We're bringing our 4 children and wider family, and hopefully creating a holiday of a lifetime. I estimate the complete trip will cost around $18,000 for my wife, 4 kids, and I. To have that fully funded by the new year, which is in 4 months' time, I need to save roughly $1,575 every month. It's going to be difficult, especially after recent business expenses, but I've gone through the numbers and I believe it's possible. Okay, let's go over investments. I have a one-off family inheritance payment of £5,000. It's due to come in the next month or so. I wasn't sure whether to mention it, to be honest, because inheritance is personal and it isn't money I've earned or saved myself. But if I'm going to show you the honest journey, I don't want my portfolio to suddenly jump by nearly £5,000. I've already contributed £250 to my lifetime ISA just to get it open and have it all running before I hit 40. My plan is to add £3,750 from that inheritance money to max out my allowance for the lifetime ISA. I didn't create the inheritance, but I can take responsibility for what I choose to do with it. I just want to briefly go into what I'm investing in. My lifetime ISA will just be solely for global index at the moment. Any other extra money we get will just go into a small cap, maybe to equal about 20% of my whole portfolio. That might change, but for now, that's our goal. And we'll do that over the next 20 years to finally get to hopefully the 500k or more. Now I've covered my investments, I want to talk about Thailand. 18 grand, a lot of money. If I invested that money well, the portfolio would obviously move forward. But my children are only at their current age once. My parents are getting older. Our vow renewal and this particular family experience have a time limit that the investment account doesn't. Thailand will slow the 500k journey on paper, but I don't believe it takes us further away from the reason I want freedom in the first place. The challenge is funding the experience without debt, without sacrificing our security, and without forgetting what needs to happen afterwards. So, yes, while the lifetime ISA and other investments are building tomorrow, Thailand is making sure we don't miss today. Usually at this time of the year, another £6,300 saved towards Thailand wouldn't be as big an issue as it is right now. Because basically that money comes from my wife's wages and my work running my gardening business. I've had some issues over the last few months basically, but most of them came to a head in the last month just before going to Spain. I basically had a load of van repairs, the multiple tools just went wrong. So I'd had thousands of pounds I had to pay out, which I wasn't expecting. So that's put me behind in my business. Usually I'd have a cash buffer sat in there and that would just build for my tax, national insurance, and whatever's left over, an extra payment I'd make to myself. Right now, after Spain, I was basically sat at zero. That's the kind of position I put myself in at the start of the tax year helps me give me drive and so on. But at this point, I shouldn't be anywhere near that. So that's kind of why the 6,300 is harder than it would have been in previous years. But that is part and parcel of being self-employed. If things go wrong, you got to pay for it. There's just no way around it. When it's good, it's good. But when things go wrong, it is just a cost that you have to consume. But yeah, everything just seemed to go wrong this year. It just didn't go well. You just got to pick yourself up and carry on. So hard 5 weeks until another week in Spain, which I shouldn't be taking, but we're living life here. Yeah, so the problem is my business has been really good at finding new ways to spend the money I earn. The business is mostly working, but money coming into the business isn't the same as money becoming available to invest and spend. Obviously, I've talked about other investment and business ideas. Some people might be asking, well, you've got a business, just grow it. I deliberately keep my business small. It's just me and my son. I like it that way. It gives me the freedom. This is why I chose to become my own business owner. I can choose the work I do. I can work when I want, which gives me the flexibility to be around for my family, do school runs. So yeah, that's why I don't want to build it. I'm quite happy with the way it is. So yeah, I could chase more work and probably increase the money, but if I remove all the family flexibility to pursue freedom faster, I have to ask whether I'm defeating the point. Another issue I had was with my website, my business website. Around the time when everything was going wrong, when it rains, it pours, the van, the tools, just everything. Thousands of pounds down when I should have been thousands of pounds up. Then I had a bill from my website. Previous year I'd set up a WordPress website, paid the premium price for it. I think it was like 300 odd quid. When that £300 came out of my account, I wasn't ready for it. I totally forgot that I had to pay for it, and I just decided to cancel it. The problem with that is it wasn't till I come back from holiday and I was expecting to go from my phone, get on a load of quotes and get a load of work in so I could start saving again. When I realised there was not many calls or messages, I was like, well, what's going on? And then it clicked. I'd cancelled the subscription. So what happened after that was basically my website went offline. So that was probably why I didn't get the work. So now I'm trying to rebuild it. I'm actually working with chat to rebuild it. It's shown me what it can build, and we're going to be working on that this weekend. It looks like it could potentially offer me a really nice polished website, something that you'd probably pay a couple of grand for, and essentially all I'll have to do is pay £7 a month hosting fee and copy and paste what it gives me. Obviously, I've worked through all of my business with it. I've given it pictures and done all that stuff. So I've put the groundwork in already, and most of the hard work will hopefully be done by AI. But I'm going to record all of that. So look out for that next week when I show you, and we'll both find out whether chat really is good at making websites. While I'm building the website with chat, I'm hoping it'll be able to help me integrate some auto quote systems, some services like jet washing and fencing. The hope is that it will auto generate quotes for people that want them, and I'll get calls and texts about people wanting to go ahead and confirming the price. That means I can spend more time working than going out quoting, and start building up that cash buffer back to where it should be. Because if my business is going to help me fund this journey, it needs to become better at bringing work to me, not just relying on me constantly chasing it. So yeah, because my old website has effectively disappeared, rather than quietly fixing it, I'm rebuilding the whole entire thing with ChatGPT and documenting whether it actually produces a professional website and generates leads. Now I'm going to talk about YouTube and how that fits in and how it's evolved for me. I've had to learn a lot of skills. I've had to learn what works for me, what doesn't. Scripted work generally doesn't work for me. I end up trying to repeat things over and over again, so that was part of my learning curve. Now I try to use bullet points as much as I can, just so I don't end up sidetracking off too much. I've had to learn editing, because I didn't know anything about it before now. I started with CapCut, but because I had this old Spain idea, I moved over to DaVinci, and I ended up spending a whole week trying to learn Fusion, building something to ruin it, then to rebuild it, which took longer than the actual building it in the first place. But I've learned a lot now. I feel like I'm starting to get comfortable. No, I'm not an expert, but I feel like it's less time I need to spend doing that part of it than it was initially when I first started out. So because I'm at that point now, not perfect, not the best editor or any of that, or far from it, and now I'm looking at how I can improve the page overall. I've realised through the talks with chat that I'm really failing in some areas. The main areas I'm failing in are probably first and foremost my personality. I guess stage presence or who you are on camera, it just doesn't come across the same as if you are in real life. So I'm trying to find that side of me. Hopefully I'll get more natural and I'll be more watchable over time, because at the moment my retention rate is pretty bad. So yeah, that's probably the main thing I need to work on. So yeah, that's where I need to improve the most really. The energy in front of the camera and the personality hopefully comes through. Then the hooks next. So once I've got someone on a video, I need something at the start for them to go, okay, I'll carry on watching this, along with the personality to hopefully carry them through to that point. I'm hoping I've got the introduction slightly better now to give a clearer explanation of the channel and what it is to people that don't know. Because although I knew what my channel was about, it did take a while for me to install it and understand it in my own brain. And then it goes on to thumbnail and titles after all of those, because if I don't get all of those previous things right, then I might get the clicks, but people aren't going to stay around long enough for it to be worth it. So I'm working on those two. Hopefully I'll improve it and things will start picking up a little bit. It's all a learning curve. I'm basically trying to be better than I was yesterday. With every upload, I hope they marginally get better, because slow progress is better than no progress. So I'm hoping by now you understand what the channel's about. Road to Freedom isn't purely finance, and it isn't random family vlogging. It's a real attempt to build financial freedom while protecting the life the money is supposed to improve. The last video I put up was a Spain video. I had planned to show you the Spain holiday, a family holiday, but it just didn't end up that way. And I thought I'd bring some of the deeper meaning of why I choose to take family away and do experiences rather than finance, because that is what this channel is about. It is documenting that journey and that balance. Because of that, I kind of feel like it should have had a different space in this channel. I feel like it should have sat separately to the Sunday regular episodes that I do. So at the moment I'm working on something different, basically on the same lines of that. It's like short stories with deeper meanings. So developed around 13 stories for midweek deep thoughts. Originally I planned to record a huge buffer before releasing any, but it makes more sense to test the format before making 30 videos the same way. So I'm going to make one pilot, see if people connect with it, and go from there. So that's where I'm at. I've got about 11.5 grand towards an 18 grand family experience, another 6,300 to find before New Year, a small investment account that should soon receive its first meaningful contribution, a business buffer that's well behind where it should be, and a website that needs rebuilding from scratch. The numbers aren't extraordinary yet, but that's why I'm documenting them now, before there's any guarantee this will work. The next video, I'm rebuilding my business website with ChatGPT. I want to find out whether I can turn something I'd practically lost into a professional website that genuinely brings in leads. And I'll show everything that works and everything that doesn't. This is the road to freedom. Building tomorrow without missing today. Let's get it.